a video so that I decided to go live because there's there's quite a lot that I want to say. But initially, I just want to say um, I lost my Google Drive. I lost my Google Drive. Um, I was sitting down today, and it was right after 90 Day Fiance ended, the premiere that I put up, and my phone just started to like blow up massively. So many emails started to come in at one time, and it never happened before, but I think I received maybe 300 emails in the space of maybe 15 minutes, and there were DCMA strikes or DCMA something. Um, but they just they just took down the Google Drive, and it wasn't. Yeah, the videos disappeared because they took down the Google Drive that I had up, and they once that happens, they just take your videos down. They go into your drive and they take the videos off of your drive. DMCA violation. So they go into your Google Drive and they just take everything down. So that happened instantly. Well, not instantly, but it happened over the course of some time. Plus, while that happened, I got a second strike, which took down the other videos on my Quan Free the Mandem Tron channel, and that took down those channels. So it was just like everything just happened all in a space of I want to say 2 hours, and it was really upsetting because I don't know. I used to laugh when people when I would lose a channel because I think this is like my fifth channel. I would laugh when people would say, "Why don't they just leave me alone?" Because I'm like, they're not doing anything except what they're supposed to do. But after that happened today, I got really upset, and I was scrolling YouTube and I was finding other channels. I was scrolling other channels that have the same videos as me put up, but like you know how they put up those videos, they like have the zooms and they have all that foolishness on it so that they don't get copyrighted. And I even found one channel that has 154,000 subscribers, and YouTube sent them a silver play button for getting 100,000 plus subscribers. They don't have any of their own videos on the channel. They just have shows like 90 Day Fiance, um, and other shows on their channel. On their channel, thank you. They just have shows like that on their channel, and they got a silver play button, and they're monetized and everything like that. Now, when I tried to get monetized last year around July, they told me, yeah, I just did it without the zooms, and I think that's what did me in. But when I got tried to get monetized last year, they told me because I don't have original content on my channel, I can't get monetized. So I'm looking at all these other channels that are monetized, and it's not that's not original content. I have original content on this channel because I talk about 90 Day Fiance and the shows and everything. Um, but these other channels they can't get monetized because of that reason. So it's extremely frustrating and it's extremely upsetting for that to happen. They didn't delete the Google Drive. The Google Drive is still there technically, but nothing's in it. So what they did was they took everything out of the Google Drive. And that sounds like it's hard to believe, but somebody, I don't know who it is, but somebody out there saw the Google Drive that probably wasn't supposed to see the Google Drive, and they reported it. And maybe I shouldn't have made the Google Drive so public. Maybe I should have like kept it unlisted or something. But they saw it and they reported it, and that's why I got so many violations and stuff. But if you see it, if you see my inbox, everything happened at 7:27 today. So about 3 hours ago, it just all happened. So I got, like I said, I got like, I want to say 250 plus emails in the space of 10 minutes. And it was just ridiculous. And when that happened, they took everything out of the Google Drive. And then a few minutes later, they just took everything off of, they've striked the YouTube. So I have 2 strikes on that YouTube channel. I can still post on that YouTube channel, but I kind of don't want to. And yeah, I've thought about Rumble, but I kind of don't want to post at this time because DMCA violations are serious, I heard, and I don't want to. Um, I don't want to deal with all that at this point in my life. I'm about to have a second child, and I don't want no legal issues. I don't want no legal issues for posting something that is all over YouTube. Maybe if I just do it poorly like those other people do it, then I won't get all these strikes and I won't get all these copyright notices. Maybe that's what I should do, but I don't know. Once they did the Google thing, once they sent all these Google violation and they did that to the drive, I decided to take it more seriously because YouTube is one thing, but I feel like if they go into my drive, my Google Drive, and they do that, then it's best just to take a step back from it all and and just take a break from it for a while. Um, I could do the Zoom video stuff, but I promised myself in a recent video that I'll never do that. And I've said from like day one, I die before I do that. Um, yeah, and a lot of people, uh, I understand that because of how long it's been going on for, a lot of people have planned their weeks, and 90 Day Fiance never ends. But a lot of people have planned their weeks, and a lot of people really enjoy the, I don't want to say the community, that sounds corny, but a lot of people enjoy talking to other people about 90 Day Fiance while watching 90 Day Fiance. A lot of people watch the show alone and they're all over the world, and who knows what they're going through in life. So I understand that it could have been something that they really enjoy, but it's just gonna have to just take a small break for a while. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to upload something. I've tried it before. I've tried to upload something without it being copyrighted or have any strikes like that. Um, that's another thing. What you just said, I'm very comfortable paying it. I can't. The thing is, part of the DMCA violation is making content accessible for others, and I was making content accessible for others that I didn't pay for. But oh no, my headphone. Okay. Um, Content was being made accessible for others, and that's something that is part of it, and I don't want to partake in that through the through a medium like that's not on YouTube. There are websites out there and everything like that, but YouTube is the most popular website, I believe. One of the most popular websites in the world. But there are ways, now that I'm thinking that there are ways, because people do this on YouTube all the time. They just react to the videos that they're watching. And sometimes they don't even react to it. They just sit there quietly while watching something, and the people watch it and react with them. So I'm thinking out loud, and I'm thinking if there's a way that I could make and upload a 9 Day Fiance video with just me watching it, and you guys can watch the same thing that I'm watching, then that could work. I've never tried that, but it's something that I'll try, maybe. Um, if it's public, then that means it worked, but I'll probably keep all this stuff private. Um, True, but that's long. If somebody wants to do that, then just you can email me and we can talk about doing something like that. Um, but in the meantime, it's just really I got really mad when I saw that and everything was happening, and like it's just unfair. Like I didn't even do anything except post what other people post, but just post better quality of it. And YouTube and Google, Alphabet, the whole corporation just I wasn't even making money off of it. I wasn't even putting ads on it. I can't put ads on it. I wasn't doing anything. I was just doing this I was doing it all for free, except for the small donations that I received. But I don't know. I'm just mad by it, and I'm just angry by it. All that happened. So if you're looking for it, if you're about to watch a video, if you're going to watch a video, I'm sorry, it's not there. It's not, there's nothing I can do about it at this moment, because also once I upload a video to the Google Drive, I delete it off my computer. And there was like each DMCA violation that you get, individual video is another email. So for instance, if a show like The Sopranos was in a Google Drive that isn't mine, and somebody was to see it, then every episode of The Sopranos, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, that's a different email. So that's why it's like so much. And I just don't want to have to deal with that at this point in my life. For this time being, I have a lot going on, and I just don't think it's worth it. But a part of me wonders, like, how, like, the people in the countries where these shows aren't available, like, where would they go to watch it? And that's something that's just on my mind as I'm talking and seeing some of the messages you guys write. Um, but I'll try to think of something and help a lot of you guys, because you guys are good people, and you guys aren't the snakes, like the person that found it and then reported it. Whoever that person is, someone needs to throw a rock at their head. I don't know who, but they just need to be found. If that's inciting violence, then I hope a rock falls off of a building as they walk by it and it hits their head. That's all. I'm not wishing death on nobody. I got baptized last year. I'm not wishing death on anyone, but some people just don't deserve peace. They deserve violence. um, but there's a lot of things that I've never done. I've never done a YouTube live before. This is both interesting and weird at the same time. I'm upset that this is what my YouTube live has to be about, but it's still 90 Day Fiance. It's still 90 Day Fiance the Other Way. That's a show that I really, really want to talk about. I won't do it right now. I may actually end this and make a proper video about it. But Mary and Brendan, that's a couple that I really, really, really want to talk about because those people are crazy and I hate them. I hate how crazy they are about each other. Yeah, I'm just going to read some. I haven't read much comments, but thanks, everybody. That's really nice. I didn't know. It's weird how many people watch this channel from all over the world. Like yesterday, there was someone from Japan, or yesterday, yeah, there was someone from Japan. Um, People all over Africa, Australia, South America, Mexico, Europe. I think we're on like every continent. That's crazy. And I know it's mad late for some of y'all. So if you ever watched any of my videos, I appreciate the hell out of you. Yeah, India, Pakistan, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, a lot of places that I never thought um, I would ever be known in or get to. But if you ever watch any of my videos, I want to say thank you. And this channel is not going nowhere because this channel doesn't have any copyright material on it. But I don't want to push the envelope too far because that's how people that's how people just lose. And I don't want to be somebody who loses this specific channel. Last year, I got 2 strikes around this time on this specific channel. And that's when I deleted everything off of this channel because I didn't want to lose this channel. I started to make backup channels. And I think this was my 6th backup channel. But I just didn't want to lose this channel because this channel is like the hub. And I don't want to lose the people on this channel because all of y'all are really great people, except for that one person or those 2 people. I don't know who you are, but I'll forever hate you. That reported this. And I don't want to tell people to go to those other YouTube channels and report them because that doesn't seem like the best thing to do. But I don't know. I'm a vengeful person sometimes, so I might do that. But anyways, I think I'm gonna make a video talking about Mary and Brendan because those people are so crazy, and I just really want to talk about them because they're just they're insane. Like he was on a plane going there, and she couldn't. I'm talking about something else because it's just on my mind. Um, but he was on a plane going to see her after in the show they announced that oh there are people who haven't watched the episode yet and they can't because oh well yeah I don't know who reported the channel. If I did know them then I would definitely leak their names. I'm not I would definitely do that. But there are people who haven't seen that episode yet because unless you watched it yesterday or unless you watched it in the last few hours, then you probably don't know what happened. But he was on a plane. I'm gonna say it. If you haven't seen it, then just leave. Thank you for watching so far. But if you haven't seen it, I'm about to talk about Brendan and um Brendan and Mary. He was on a flight and he was sitting down next to a woman, and the woman and he got internet. So he finally got internet access, and it was a short flight because he had to catch 3 flights to go to the Philippines. And she's like, um, "Who are you sitting next to?" And it looked like that was the first message that he got after turning on Wi-Fi. And I don't know what it is, but to have that be the first message you see, after paying for Wi-Fi, first of all, and turning it on, and that's the first message that you get. I don't know what made him catch the second and third flight, because she just goes crazy, and she's like, go F the person next to you. Um, you're a cheater, you're a liar, and it's just like, and people in the comments were saying how they can't understand why she's like that. But he's the same way. He's just as crazy as she is, because he's so crazy that she's not even allowed to hang out with her guy friends. I think Mary's ex cheated on her. That's why she's so insecure. But it's just so unreasonable how much time they spend together. Like, he went fishing today, or not today. He went fishing in the episode today. Somebody just sent me an email. Oh, he went fishing today, and they had to choose a fishing spot where they had good reception, so that he's able to see her sleep. Nothing else. She's sleeping. I don't know what time it is. I don't know the time it is between the Philippines and wherever he is. But she was sleeping for the whole fishing trip. But he just had to be there and watch her sleep. And that's crazy. They're married now. That's just wild. I feel like they are crazier. Yeah, who's crazier? If I'm in the bathroom and someone's watching me and I'm letting them watch me, who's the crazy one in that situation? It's just it's just wild, and I don't understand how that could be seen as something that should be put on TV. Um, I know TLC does a lot of crazy stuff, and they put a lot of crazy people on their shows. But this one, also because they seem so immature, and I feel like they seem like they're like 19 and 20 years old. They seem super young. And I don't know why they would put such young people who have an obvious toxic relationship on the show. Like, for what purpose? It doesn't help any of them. The only thing that this can do for them is to ruin their reputation all over the world. Because he's building a house. He said today, all the money that he's made, he's building a house in the Philippines. And if you think about that, who makes money, takes all the money that they make, and then sends it to the Philippines? It's just, he's never met her. He's never been to the Philippines. You don't know what interactions will be like when you meet the person. So why will you invest so much into it? And now that I'm thinking about it, I find it's not strange that they got married, because they're crazy, or they're so they're so not for each other that marriage seems normal, because they just want to be together. I don't know the word exactly, but they have a bond that is so unhealthy that marriage is just the obvious next step. And he said that they fight every day, but that's just it's just so toxic. It's such a toxic relationship, and I've never seen anything like that on 90 Day Fiance. People argue and people fight, but to have two young people who are adults, I guess, if you want to consider them adults, codependency, that's what it is. They're so codependent on each other that them being married is either good for TV or it's horrible for them. And I think it's both, because that level of codependency where I have to watch you sleep and I'm in the shower and you have to watch me shower. And even if I'm not even home, like if I'm outside, like when you leave your house, like conversations are supposed to stop. You're supposed to say, okay, I'm going outside now, or I'm going to the bathroom, be right back. But I'm going to take you to the bathroom with me. I'm going to take you to the shops with me while on video call. talking on the phone is one thing, but having to set up the camera in a position where you can see me and you can see who's around me, that's sick beyond belief. And I can't believe that TLC would TLC is essentially ruining the lives of these two people by putting them on TV. There are a lot of other couples out there like that, but like out there in the world that have that kind of codependency, but they're not like on TV. It's their form of love language. We jealous because we love each other. Yeah, that's just like, and you hear that often. Like once we're around each other, it's going to be easier, and things are going to be different. Things aren't going to be different, and I can already tell. I don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the season, but I can already tell that when they get around each other, it's just going to be a lot worse. Yeah, they they did that because they showed him pulling down his pants and then they panted at her on the phone, and then he's sitting down on the toilet, and then it's like a wide shot. Like they need to understand, and whoever let them be on TV, like whoever they have in their lives, like this wasn't a good decision for you guys. This was not the best for your reputation or for your life. You guys needed adults, because they're mentally not adults, like they're mentally still children. And she dropped out of school because she was a dancer. She was on a dance scholarship, and he didn't like her dancing for other people. So she dropped out of school and gave up her scholarship. Like, where are her parents? Like, I understand. No, her parents left, actually. She's raised by her grandparents. But her grandparents didn't talk any sense into her. Yeah, that's what happened, Barbara Warren. Um, but her grandparents didn't talk any sense into her. I understand that her grandparents probably saw this American person who's building a house in the Philippines, but where does what the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing and why are you doing this? Like, this, you're giving up your future for this American person who's going to come here with no money, who's not going to be able to work. Who's going to work in that relationship? Where's the money going to come from? He said he's moving to the Philippines with essentially no money. He can't work. She's not working because she can't, because he's a jealous individual. So where's this money going to come from? Like, how is he going to support himself? How are our bills going to be paid? Maybe the cost of living in the Philippines is like mad low, and it probably is. But there's going to come a point where somebody's going to need to go outside and leave the other person at home. Maybe they'll do work from home jobs where they can just sit across from each other and look at each other all day. But this is a wild relationship. I can't believe how messed up all of it is. So that's just something that I wanted to talk about. Also, I haven't seen much of this other one. This was one video, and then I made it into another one, and now this is a different one. But I don't know which 90 day it is because so much 90 days are out. I think it's before the 90 days. But Tyree, who in the first episode found out that he was being catfished, and we're on episode, what episode are we on? I think we're on episode 6. Why is he still on the show? This has like nothing. He has nothing to do with the show. This is an episode of Catfish that is just going on way too long. if for those that don't know, I know that some of you guys don't watch every episode of 90 Day Fiance. I haven't seen every episode, but I've seen some parts with Tyree in it. He found somebody in Barbados, and in the first episode, the producers came to him and said, "This person is a catfish, and we have the real person on the phone that you can talk to if you want to." And he said, "Okay." And I don't know where in his mind it went from this person's a catfish to maybe she's in jail, and maybe if I can just get in contact with Carmela, then we can find out what's really happening. She doesn't know who you are. You are essentially talking to a picture and a man. So if you approach this real life person and you're like, hey, do you know who I am? Like, why is the show even allowing this too? Like, once the show heard from the private investigator, his sister, the producers on the show, they started the season. Yeah, and they just kept stretching his scenes out. Everybody that has interacted with him has given him proof that this woman is not his girlfriend. But he wants to now meet the woman. He wants to go to Barbados now and meet the person that's doing this to him because maybe he can find some type of love. It's like David in the Ukraine a few years ago, but that person ended up being real, although everyone thought, well, maybe they were real to a degree, but everybody thought that Dave was being scammed, but the woman somehow ended up at the train station. This woman's not going to end. This woman's never going to meet him. If they meet her, then the show has to like pay her to sit down or talk to him on the phone or talk to him on video chat and just be like, I don't know who you are. I don't, we don't talk. He needs to hear that from the actual person. No, he doesn't, because that won't help him either. He's going to find something in his mind that will be like, maybe she was arrested and the police knocked her down. She has amnesia and she doesn't remember who I am. This man will never give up on having this woman love him. Although the woman doesn't know he exists. It's just bad. It's just horrible. Just gonna read some. Yeah, and they said that, and at the beginning, and 90 Day Fiance shady as hell too, because they put that in there, knowing that he's gonna be catfished for the entire season. He says he watched a lot of catfish episodes, so he wouldn't be catfished. And they knew what was gonna happen. They know the whole season already, and they took that part and they told us. See, these people aren't your friends. These people on TV, on 90 Day Fiance, and this is a message for Mary and Brendan. These people aren't your friends. They just want to get some drama on the TV and have people talk about you and talk about their show, but it's sick. Yeah, Caesar as well. He's somebody else that he went to the Ukraine. He bought his woman, or he tried to. It's just these. They find sick individuals and they put them on TV for our entertainment. And these are the people that copyright strike my channel. These are the people that do this to people, and they want to copyright my channel and stop the world from watching it. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just horrible, and I think these people, well, for our entertainment, I think every season there's at least like one sick person on the show that if they sat down with a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a counselor, maybe they should do counseling to get on the show, but they wouldn't. No counselor would let these people on the show because they're obviously like something's obviously wrong with them. Like, what must be wrong with me that I need to watch you sit on the toilet so that you can prove to me that you're not cheating? Why is your word never good enough, but we're going to get married? It's like, also, why would you want to start that kind of life with somebody? Like, if I can't tell you that I'm going outside without you thinking, oh, he's probably just going to go outside and cheat. Been following you since the start. Thank you. Yeah, 90 Day Fiance UK. That's another weird show. What makes you think that this will stop once we get to meet in person? It's just gonna intensify, and it's just gonna be worse. Right. That's just the weirdest. They're the weirdest couple I've ever seen on the show, and it's just sad that people live this kind of life. He can't even go see his mom. His mom lives with other girls inside of like a house, and he can't even go to his mom's house because there's other women in there. Like, what part of his mind thinks that this is okay? Like, he doesn't. This is why you should. This is why if you have children, you should show them what healthy relationships look like. Because if you don't show them what a healthy relationship looks like, they will grow up to think that this kind of stuff is normal. To think that I must I must keep you in prison. Um, I must keep you in prison so that I know that you're not cheating on me. Can you get fined because of the copyright on YouTube? No, I don't think so. I've never got fined because of copyright. They just take your channel down. Because in order to get fined, they need to know where you are in the world. They need to know your real name, everything like that. And they have to have like some type of way to issue the fine. Yeah, he thinks any attention is good attention because he's probably never had any attention from anybody before. Like, I would like them to. Well, it's 90 Day Fiance, so who knows what they're gonna do for the reunion? But I hope they bring out like an ex girlfriend or somebody that shows us what he was like in the past, because it's possible that they turned each other this way. Um, they turned each other this way, or they made, or they were like this. They were like this in the past. If they're like this in the past, then they're made for each other, and it's kind of sad that they are still together because they're gonna have a child, and if they argue every day, that's arguing's not gonna stop, and then their children are just gonna see unhealthy relationships. And when you're a woman in a country, if you're a woman in a country and you're pregnant, you might see a male doctor at some point during your pregnancy, and it may get to a point where he doesn't allow her to see any male doctors. And that's just it's it sounds so strange that somebody might do that, but it's very much possible. And we can't say anything's not a possibility because this is a woman who thinks if I'm sitting next to another person on a plane, I'm gonna try to sleep with her on this short flight. I'm gonna cheat on you every chance that you're not watching me. This is the latest upload on this. I don't upload things in Telegram. Telegram is just, I don't know if you can upload things on Telegram. Let me know if you can upload things on Telegram in the Telegram group. I'm not sure. I thought that was just like links and stuff. Are you from I'm not from the UK, but I'm living here now. I moved to the UK, but I'm not from here. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Yeah, that's where I'm from. Yeah, so you're asking questions, AU, that I've answered, but I've lost the drive. Drive is no longer in existence. And I'm very upset about that. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, to be on TV, you must not be normal. Yeah, because some part of you that, sorry, that was really weird that I did that. No, I did not do a 90 day. I did not do a 90 Day Fiance in real life because far from any of these crazy people, I I knew I'm married, and I knew my wife from a very long time ago, and we were, yeah, it was, yeah, it wasn't like that. 90 Day Fiance, this is 90 Day Fiance. We talk online, like we're talking now, and then we fall in love with each other, and then I come and see you, And this is what's getting weird about the show. It didn't used to be like this. I I haven't met you yet, but the first time I'm seeing you, we're gonna get married. Like I'm flying over there and we're gonna get married. One of the first couples I seen do that, and somebody who knows the show better than me should correct me if I'm wrong, but a few seasons ago in one of these shows, the short girl from Michigan went to go see the guy from North Africa. I forgot what country it was, but she got there pregnant. And then they broke up and everything. But she moved there with the intentions of getting married. Um, she moved there with intentions of getting married, and that's just weird. Like who marries somebody that they haven't spent at least a week or that's just I don't know what MAFS is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Um, but that's weird, and I would never do something like that. But I think people are probably so starving for love and affection and togetherness. Married at First in the Cool Drive as well. Never watched it though. Um, People are just starving so much for love and affection that yeah, I'll put the group chat. Yeah, it's the Telegram group, and I'll put that. It's probably on one of my other videos. People are starving so much for love and affection that it doesn't matter how you treat me. It doesn't matter what we talk about. Nothing matters except the fact that you're probably the only person I can find that loves me. So we're going to get married. And it's like that for men and women. And it's not the best environment to bring a child up into. And um, get to the uploading, my guy. Excuse me. All right. I was about to curse, but um, I I I don't want to. Um, but yeah, that's there's a lot of weird people on 90 Day Fiance, and it's just it's just I don't know. It's a toxic show that we all partake in and we get entertainment from, and it's a show that. What part of the UK are you from? I'm not from the UK. Living in um yeah living in yeah, I'm not answering that. It's a weird question to answer. Uh, what part of the UK are you from or living in? London. Well, London's a big city, so yeah, that's it. I don't know. I know no one can find me, obviously. Uh, but I think that those are the weird couples, and that guy, like the woman that's 90 Day Fiance UK. If you, she's marrying some. She's even weirder though. Um, if you if you marry somebody from a different country that you've never met before that doesn't speak English, then you're a different kind of uh you're a different kind of lonely. And it's weird because her son is smart and her son has been telling her it's a bad idea, but she just doesn't care. She's going to Colombia to see a guy that doesn't speak English, and the best thing um and the best thing for her um the best thing that she can do. Oh, cool. I didn't know I could do that. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Um, the best thing for her to do is just to sit down where she is and not go anywhere because it seems like if you can't understand what someone says to you, then there's no reason why you should get married to them. But that's 90 Day Fiance UK. If you haven't seen that show yet, um, but somebody tell me if I can upload full shows on Telegram. If that's possible, then I'll do that. Upload video size. Let me see quickly if I can do that. I don't know who that person was. Telegram. Upload video length 2 gigabytes. Okay, so I can upload 2 gigabytes worth of video on Telegram, I think. And all these videos that I have are 2 gigabytes in length. Or maybe I'll try a Dropbox thing. I don't know. Dropbox is something that I wanted to do last year before Google Drive. Because I know that Dropbox basically allows everything. But Dropbox, why I didn't do Dropbox last year is because it was expensive. I think it's something like $40 a month for that much storage that Google gave you for very cheap. But hold on, let me just research Dropbox quickly. Dropbox. Yeah, 2 terabytes. And then I can give y'all the link for it. That's interesting. That might be something I do. Because I know that people use Dropbox for all sorts of stuff. I know that nobody's gonna go into Dropbox and take my stuff down like that. But I'll discuss it. And I'll see if that's a viable option. Yeah. They should learn each other's language. Because somebody said this and this is about 90 Day Fiance UK that I'm talking about right now. But the woman who traveled to Colombia and her boyfriend couldn't understand her, the way she was talking to him and the way that she was upset that he couldn't understand her language, it felt kind of weird because he can't understand English, but she didn't see it as that. She looked at it like personally, like he can't understand me, and it felt like she was demeaning him in some type of way, and she was getting upset with him when she knows his limitations. You chose to fly out there, and now you want to get upset with him because he can't speak English, because um the only thing that he can reply to you with was the same thing. uh and it just felt weird, and it felt kind of like there's a power dynamic in that relationship. Like she thinks that she's better than him because she could speak English and he can't. But I don't know if you all saw that as well, but that's how I took that first interaction, and she was just getting so upset by it all. Barbados. My parents are from Barbados. That's my ethnic roots. Yeah, learn the basics. Like it's not hard to learn a little bit of English and a little bit of Spanish, or like a little bit of French or whatever language your significant other speaks. Under no circumstance should you go to a different country and be totally blind and totally like deaf to hearing anything that they have to say. Oh, God, the fact that he's getting catfished by someone from Barbados. I hope the show doesn't let him go to Barbados. I don't want my country like that put out there because it's embarrassing to have such an idiot walk the island. You're right. It is selfish and disrespectful if I can say that I want to marry you, but I don't even want to learn your language. I can't even say hi. How are you doing? If you introduce me to somebody, like what's she gonna do when she meets his family? It's just like people. I don't know. I don't know what it is that makes them think that this is the right way to live your life. Learn at least a few phrases, because maybe that's what the superiority comes from, and the fact that a lot of English speakers from a lot of English speaking countries feel this way as well. Like you should learn my language. Well, we say Bayesian, we don't say Barbadian. Well, people from Barbados don't say um Barbadian, just Bayesian. Um, but people from but what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying when I saw Barbadian written up there. Damn, I forgot. Um, Ontario. I don't know what J Hus is. Uh, yeah, I don't know what or who J Hus is. But learn to speak the language of your significant other. Do not travel to another country marrying somebody if you don't know how to speak their language. um, it's just irresponsible, especially if you have kids. Because what are you gonna do with the kids that you have if you just don't know the language of the person? Yes, that's what I was saying. People who speak English, I feel like they feel like they're superior to other people around the world who don't speak English. They feel like English is the language of the world, and wherever they go in the world, they have to encounter other English speaking folks, or signs and things should be written in English because they're English and they can speak English. But Quebec is a good example. Quebec in Canada hates English. A lot of places in Quebec won't even have English signs or anything because they want to keep French. They want to keep French alive there. And I don't really like it because I'm from Ontario, so every so often they want to leave and start their own country because of the language thing. But a part of me understands it because English speakers feel like we're English, so we should rule. Yeah, thanks. But we shouldn't. We go to other people's countries and don't want to learn anything, and then we end up on TV shows, going to other people's countries, not even knowing how to say "I love you" to the significant other, to your loved one. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense. Um, yeah. So, like I said, Spanish, German, and Mandarin. I heard Mandarin. I've never heard Spanish or German. Um, Spanish is a little bit like, I feel like if you know French, you can read Spanish. And because we're taught French in school, Spanish is a little bit easier to learn. But once you learn one language, it's easier to learn other languages. Except, like, if you use, like, the alphabet, I guess, then it's easier. Yeah, because it's all based on, like, a little bit of Latin. But thank you to everybody that's watched this. If you don't know what's happened, I put a TLDR in the bottom there that you can read. I'm gonna also look up right, like the sign language. Like you don't know any oh Lord. Like how it's just the worst. I'm gonna look up the Google Drive. I'm also gonna look up the Telegram. If I can upload something to the Telegram group, uh that would be proper. Because then I can just upload a show to the Telegram group and nothing would change. You can just watch it on your phone or watch it on your computer. Can we talk about why these people are going on 90 Day Fiancé, especially the UK? They don't seem to want to become influencers. Yeah, some of them don't even seem to want to be famous. They just want to find love. But I think it stems back to the fact that they find it so hard to find love or some type of connection. Because some of these people have been together for years and they've never met their significant other. So it's just, I guess it's a bit of, I want to tell my love story or I love this person so much um, that I just want to share it with the world. And once you're in love, you might think that your love is just normal. But once you look back on it and like at the reunion or something, then other people might start degrading your love. Like Brendan and Mary, they might think that their love is completely normal. They might just think that the only thing stopping them from having like typical love like everybody else is just they're just far away from each other. But they're not. They have crazy love. Like not like crazy in love like Beyonce, but like they have like legit crazy, crazy love. Like stab you in the middle of sleep love. And I would not be surprised if that ever happens, if I hear about that happening. Because I hate their love. I hate how they love each other. And it's it's a weird type of thing to say about somebody else that you never met, but their love makes me sick. Like people are doing like whole videos about like why they love each other like that off of just one episode. And they're the reason why I'm waiting for episode 3 because I want to see what kind of crazy love they're going to get into. But this has been going on for an hour now. If you've been here the entire time, great. I've went from angry, really, really angry to like not as angry. But when I'm angry, I don't shout or anything or yell. So I went from really angry to less angry to trying to find a solution to my problem. And I think I found one. I'll share my solution to my problem with you all, but um, thank you to everybody. And I hope you all have a great day, great night, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you all later. Peace.